May the good Lord bless and preserve your going out and coming in, keep you safe, and cause his gracious face to shine upon you henceforth and forevermore. Shall we all say, Amen.
It is a fine day.
Yes, sir, a fine day.
This meeting is not taking place. You are to take no phone calls for anyone at this meeting. Anyone. Unless the president calls. And he won't. Understood? Very good. All right, then. Let's look smart. Shall we get started, gentlemen? The operative words, if you'll permit me to read. I hereby charge you with making all preparations in regard to organizational and financial matters for bringing about a complete solution for our sphere of influence worldwide. Now, for that I read the cleansing of the entire continents of Europe, Asia, and the Americas. You see, the word cleansing, an accurate word, I think. If I may go on, in the second paragraph, wherever other governmental agencies are involved, these are to cooperate with you, I hope, so on, as necessary for the accomplishment of the desired solution. This is our mandate, all of us. May I say in fairness, this question falls within the responsibilities of my department, and we received no directive. Are we clear? If you will give me a moment or two, Doctor, perhaps you can begin by explaining what you have been working on. Most people generally believe that the virus poses the most dangerous threat to mankind. Thanks to our friends in the movie industry. Now, just imagine if we could achieve just the appearance of a highly contagious disease that was equipped with the gain of function that it posed absolutely no danger to us at all.
Impossible. Impossible? Many things are impossible in the heads of those who don't understand science.
Most extraordinary. We could deploy it against our adversaries, feign compassion, and provide humanitarian assistance. You are a very intelligent man. I went to Knox School, Professor. A very special Knox School.
You used to believe in God.
We still do believe in God. And all of that, old man.
Precisely. And our partners in industry will certainly well appreciate the new market possibilities from this joint venture. Ludicrous. It would never work. People are not that stupid. They will eventually discover the plot.
And what then would they do? Talk about us on Facebook? Really?
Forgive me. From your uniform, I can see that you are shallow, ignorant, and naive about these people. Your line when the party rants on about is how inferior they are, some subspecies, and I keep saying how wrong that is. They are sublimely clever, and they are intelligent as well. My indictments to them are stronger because they are real, not your uneducated ideology. They are arrogant and self-obsessed. He doesn't understand. And neither do his people. Deal with the reality and the world will applaud us. Treat them as imaginary phantoms, evil, inhuman fantasies, and the world will have justified contempt for us. To kill them without regard for the law martyrs them, which will be their victory. Sterilization recognizes them as a part of our species. that prevents them from being a part of our race. They'll disappear soon enough. And we will have acted in defense of our race and our species and by the law. He spoke of the law for the protection of blood. I wrote that law. When you have my credentials, then we will discuss who loves, who hates who. Pigs don't know how to hate. I remember you. You should. I'm very well known. Who are you? Internal security. Gentlemen, we can debate these details at another time. Now, if I may, for a moment, a pandemic would require the most extensive world cooperation. No exceptions. And would therefore necessitate a modicum of insurance that allies did not become adversaries seeking to gain advantage in the fog of war. Geographically diversified brands of virus ensure the control against, say, the Asians, making a move against the Europeans. We cannot have that. If you had a Shanghai product outbreak in London, you would immediately know it was unauthorized and could deal with it with extreme discretion. You could readily determine through trace contacts whether your virus had autonomously developed an infectious variant, and so your adversaries cannot fool you as easily as the masses. Is this possible? Very possible. We have been doing it for years, but on a far smaller scale and a limited scope. Why wasn't I told? What? Are you 12th man on the deal team? Last to know. I should have been told. I never received that memo. Security. Need to know basis. You wish to leave? Then please, doctor, continue. Precisely. And our partners in industry will certainly appreciate the new market possibilities from this joint venture. Please, doctor. If I may interrupt, please. This should assist in dispelling some, shall we say, confusion. The HHS Secretary possesses authority to issue a notice pursuant to Section 564 of the Federal Food, Drug, and Cosmetics Act, FD&C. On February 4th, 2020, the Secretary determined, pursuant to his authority, lawful authority under Section 564 of the FD&C Act, that there is a public health emergency that has a significant potential to affect national security, or the health and security of the United States citizens living not here, but abroad. Living, not traveling, but living abroad. And that involves a novel new coronavirus. NCOV, first detected in Wuhan City, Hubei Province, China in 2019, hence 2019 NCOV. The virus is now named SARS-CoV-2, which causes the illness COVID-19. They are not the same thing. On the basis of this determination, he also had declared that circumstances exist justifying the authorization of emergency use of drugs and biological products during the COVID-19 pandemic, or Section 564 Public Health Emergency, pursuant to Section 564 of the FD&C Act, subject to the terms of any authorization issued under that section. Ignorance of the law is no excuse. Ludicrous! Absolutely ludicrous! I would have been told. You speak of the COVID-19 pandemic. Yes, please, continue, Colonel. This is public law. Did you not get the memo? Ignorance of the law is no excuse. As you were saying, please continue, Colin. Under Section 564 of the FD&C Act, the Commissioner of the FDA has no original classification authority and is not authorized to originate state secrets. However, he may issue an emergency use authorization, EUA, authorizing 1, the emergency use of an unapproved drug, an unapproved or uncleared device, or an unlicensed biological product. Or 2, an unapproved use of an approved drug, approved or cleared device, or licensed biological product. Secrets, conspiracies, this is all ridiculous. If you wish to leave, please do now. Do you know why they call me Don Jew Hometown? Neither do I. Some people despise the names others assign to them, but not me. I rather relish it. I would just like the satisfaction and joy of knowing that I have truly earned it. Colonel, please continue. Before an EUA may be issued, the Secretary of HHS must declare first that circumstances exist justifying the authorization based on one of 4 determinations, all involving a significant potential for a domestic emergency involving a heightened risk of attack with a chemical, biological, radiological, or nuclear CBRN agent or agents. A domestic emergency, but involving a heightened risk, a clear and present danger of attack. The term CBRN stands for chemical, biological, radiological, and nuclear, and relates to most specific hazards, a term of art, that may be encountered during an incident, and the term CBRN is generally reserved for the deliberate release, malicious or not, of a hazardous material, such as in a terrorist attack. Whereas the term hazmat is used for accidental release, escape, or exposure to toxic industrial materials, like a lab leak. A biological weapon. Most intriguing. Please, do continue, John. This is not a generalized threat, of course, posing any clear and present danger to the general public, but usually a scenario involving a military emergency or a significant potential for a military emergency involving a heightened risk to United States military forces, including personnel operating under the authority of Title 10 or Title 50 of attack, not children in schools, not persons in nursing homes, not people who are considered essential workers working as cashiers or waiters in restaurants, with a biological, chemical, radiological, or nuclear agent or agents, or an agent or agents that may cause or otherwise associated with an imminently life-threatening and specific risk to United States military forces. Nonsense! Why would such powers be delegated to the HHS Secretary and not the Defense Secretary, the Secretary of War, who would be in a far better position, equipped with organic intelligence collection and analysis capabilities to make this determination for the people? That is precisely the point.
The Defense Secretary does hold that authority under Section 564, in addition to original classification authority up to top secret. However, he did not use the authority. None of this happened. It violated our most basic protection codes, and it is the best indication of a massive plot for those who are reading the law and the science. And on March 27, 2020, on the basis of his determination of a public health emergency that has a significant potential to affect national security or the health and security of United States citizens residing abroad, and that involves the novel new coronavirus. He had declared not a pandemic, nor a generalized and generic public health crisis, as perhaps many had seen on the news, but rather that circumstances exist justifying the authorization of emergency use of drugs and biological products during the COVID-19 pandemic pursuant to Section 564 of the FD&C Act, subject to the terms of any authorization issued under that section. Why others felt they had a need to receive this product, I do not know. Why people were urged to take these products experimental, I do not know. Perhaps they just wanted to volunteer to be guinea pigs, but I hope this clears up the confusion. I believe it does, Colonel. Are there any questions? Monsieur Lapadite, are you hiding any more government secrets? Enough. Doctor, please pick up where you left off. Shall we all say, our men? This message was approved by Major Mike Webb.